Yo, yo, yo. All right, what's going on, everybody? Beats by Lonze back in the building. Happy Monday to y'all. And today we're gonna get in the studio. Today we're gonna work on the Maschine Plus. I do know that in my brain is telling me that I should make this chop on MPC, but I shouldn't be afraid to go through the motions of working in Maschine. All right, so that's what we're gonna do today. Couldn't wait to get back in the studio this week and get some streams going and get some more beats going. Um, I will tell you that being on YouTube and streaming really slows up my beat making process because typically, previous to me making streams and being on YouTube, I just was making beats all the time, all the time, all the time, all the time. A lot of output going into making beats. And then in the back burner was my YouTube. So instead of now just being full time, just beat making, now I'm full time beat making and streaming. So it takes a lot to get in front of the camera and come out in front of y'all and make these beats or whatever. But it is what I do, so that's just it. I felt like I wanted to kind of sit down and talk to y'all because I hadn't talked to y'all in a minute like we used to do, like, just go through like some of the world current events. But I don't really feel like today is the day to do that. So I think I'm just gonna get right into getting right into making the beats. So if you're here, this is your first time being here, thank you for being here. Make sure you check out my channel, like, comment, subscribe. You can find me on all social media platforms at Beats by Lonze. If you like to check out my podcast, I got a podcast called the Grind 329 Podcast. If you'd like to sponsor the podcast, you can shoot me an email at beatsbylonze@gmail.com. My podcast is a podcast about my friends that are entrepreneurs that do big things in communities. I have friends that are playwrights. I have friends that are comedians. I have friends that are music producers, rappers, engineers, all those DJs, all those things. And so what I like to do on my podcast is kind of like showcase all of my friends that do certain things. Like I got friends that are business owners. I got friends that own their own companies, work on cars, all kinds of things. So yeah, I like to kind of like showcase my friends on the podcast. And then I like to always network with the military community. Shout out to all the Marines, Semper Fi. Shout out to all the vets. If you're a vet, thank you for your service. That are retired just like me and just do other things outside of just music. So let's get to this music thing again. If you don't know about me, my name is Beats by Lonze. I'm a drum machine specialist. And again, this is my YouTube page. Obviously, you're on YouTube. And I make beats for a living. I produce, I engineer, I DJ. And so without further ado, let's get to it. I also make music in the middle of it all. Really, I kind of used to stick to the background, just staying in the background making beats and being a producer. But I do like to make music from time to time. So if you'd like to check out my music, you can check it out, beatsbylonze.bandcamp.com, or you can go to Spotify, Apple Music, all those different places, and you can find my music. All you got to do is search me by my name. Again, it's Beats by Lonze everywhere. So let's get to this beat making session. So what I'd like to do is let's share my screen so you can actually see my screen. So let's do that really quick, and then we'll get started. So let's share my window screen. All right. So we always start with an 8-bar loop. not a loop, but an 8-bar count. As you can see, there's nothing on this. There's nothing on that track, so there's not a loop. I'm gonna build it from scratch, and let's go ahead and start building up our kit. So let's so earlier I made a kit called dun, 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 dun. Let's see where it is. I made a kit earlier. I just grabbed some sounds. I didn't listen to them. I just grabbed them. Dun, 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 dun. Zay Snapper Pack. All right, so here we go. So let's go to here. Let's start dragging some sounds in. So we're gonna start off with our kick. All right, so this is gonna be a little bit slower than I typically work because we're gonna build this from scratch. And actually, let's move that one to 5. I think that's a good enough kick. So let's go to some snares. And let's see what the snares sound like. Ooh, I like that one. And let's do this snare on this one. This actually sounds like the same snare, but let's go up one more and add. All right, so we got some snares up in that bad boy. Let's find some hi-hats. So we'll go to number 3 and we'll put a hi-hat here. And we'll go in, we'll mix those sounds after we get everything loaded. We'll kind of bring some of them up to the standard. So let's go with this one. All right, cool. So we got that, and so we got our kick, we got our snares, we got our hi-hat. And let's go to miscellaneous and let's see what we got. We got 808s and claps. So let's put an 808 here. And let's put one more 808 just in case. Oh, that's a clap. Damn it. All right. I don't like that one. That don't sound too good. So let's move that one. Yeah, there we go. And then we'll put a clap here. Clap on number 4. All right, and then we'll put a clap on number 8. All right, cool. So mixer. I'm gonna take my time today, guys. That joker hit hard. All right, cool. So I got my sounds built. I just built all those from scratch. I typically don't do that, but today we're going to build them from scratch. So let's go from there. All right, so let's go in and pull our sample. I was listening to some samples earlier this morning from my 200 samples that I got to sample. And so that's what we're going to do. We're going to go to our samples. Dun, 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 dun. cool, cool. Ooh. All right, so we're gonna apply to C. All right, cool. So let's now we got everything in there. Let's go ahead and make sure we get these out. And then we're going to chop them ourselves. Dun, 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 dun. We don't want those chops. All right, so we're gonna go cap tempo. Dun, 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 dun. All right, so let's put our loop on. Dun, dun, dun. All right, so shift, mix. Oh, we need to be in sound. Probably need to put some type of what's his name on it. All right, let's go back to our pattern. All right, let's see what we got. All right, so we'll save our 808 for last. So let's go to our chop and let's put them all on a mute group. So this group. Since we're here, so scene duplicate. Um, so we'll start with our intro. So we'll go pattern 2, and we'll do. All right, cool. Now, why it says I'm on. Oh, did it just? All right, so. Cool, 16. So let's go back to let's make that 1. I think that's a long sample, so that's gonna be my hook right there. Selling duplicates. So let's go back. So I think what I did when I did that was that made me do. Oh, I get you. Clear. Let's undo, move back. I just learned something new today, guys, that I never used before on a Maschine. I was thinking that this was where I was gonna be able to go in and make my. This is where I thought I was gonna be able to go in and make my choke my groups at. I was trying to find a faster way to choke the groups than doing them one by one. Because you can on the MPC you can do the whole group. You don't have to like so did that work? Nope. Because even if you go to group and you go in and choke them, you still got to go in and do them all one by one still. So that doesn't even work. So you can't even like choke the group together. You still, to my knowledge anyway, from what I know, how I've been using it, I hadn't figured out how to do it, but right now I'm stuck doing them one by one. But that's fine. It's only 14 chops. And I just got one more chop to do right now. Actually, it's already done. So let's go back to the beginning. Alright. Let's find this. Let's find this let's find this hook. All right. So let's start it from here. Turn my chops up a little bit more just so that they hit on the right volume. keyboard on. May have to find another 808. Probably got to find another 808 instead of that one. That's cool. That's cool. That's fine. Let's go to files. Can never lose with the Z808. So let's find the Z808 wherever you are. So we're gonna search. We're gonna search our library. And we're going to go to our sounds, which is going to be in all kits. While we're here, where are we? We're in D. So, there we go. All right, so let's see. Real drums. We're going to take our time today, guys. We're going to take our time. We're going to make sure this is all perfect. This ain't going to be 5-minute beat today. This is going to be, we're going to take our time and find everything that we want to find. All right, so let's find, oh yeah, I know I got it in one of these kits. Where's my search bar at? Library. Okay, there we go. 808. 808. And we want to 808 from here. There we go. All right, let's see. We got ignore. All right, so we're in one shot. So I don't want to be in one shot. So I want to be in. There we go. Pattern 4, let's clear. Pattern 4, shift, clear. Alright, so let's go back to the Alright, so let's go back to the pattern. That first one is not high enough, so let's bring it up. Alright, so that is my visor. Let's cut it down. Let's see if I can edit it a little bit. I got you. It's a little backwards, so let's edit the end so it starts a little early. Yeah, there we go. Alright, cool. out of there. That was a bad hit. I didn't mean to hit that. Maybe I didn't mean to hit that. I don't see it. Maybe it's in 3. Yeah, it's in 3. All right, cool. So I got some space in there, so I need to clean the space. Dun 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 dun. What do I want to do? What do I want to do to clean the space? Shit. What am I looking for? First of all, cause I'm in the kits. Dun, 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 dun. All right, cool. So let's go back to. So now that we've done that, let's go in and move. Let's get some movement around up in this thing. So let's go to our good old trusty arcade. Now we're gonna get some movement around this thing. Let's see. What do we want? What do we want? Let's see what some. Ooh, I like that one right there. I think that's gonna go. So let's cut it down just a little bit so that it ain't so loud. So we got the mixer, we cut it down. And then what do I want to do? I want to add a delay in it maybe. Filter. Let's filter. Let's add a filter in it. And dun 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 dun. All right, let's play with it a little bit. yeah. Mm. Let's see what that sounds like. Let's play All right, so we'll end it with a clap somewhere in there. beat is cooked. Cooked. Save as. We're gonna name this report to me. Report to me. Report to me 25. Machine. MSC. Bam. Make sure we got everything up in there. Bam, 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 bam. Cool. Export audio. Let's put it to our beat folder. Beats folder. 2025 beats. Choose. Export. Alright, guys. Well, that's it, man. Woo! A little bit of a workout today. But not too bad. Not too bad. Pretty simple. Pretty easy. And right to the point. But anyway, again, y'all, thank y'all. Thank y'all for rocking with your boy. I know that some of y'all on lunchtime, it's probably nighttime on some of y'all's horizon. So I appreciate y'all spending your time with me. And catch me later on in the week. We'll do this again. Again, if you want to find me anywhere in the world, all you got to do is search Beats by Lonze. You'll be able to find my music. You'll be able to find my social medias. And if you're not paying attention to my Bandcamp, I do have music on Bandcamp. That's beatsbylonze.bandcamp.com. I got beat tapes. I got R&B albums, rap albums, everything on Bandcamp. And again, thank you. Thank you for rocking with your boy. Appreciate it. And what else I gotta tell y'all? I want to give a shout out to my man Beats by Wugga. If y'all hadn't checked him out, he is a producer as well. He's out of Ireland, and he's a fire producer on FL. So if y'all hadn't checked him out, that's Beats with a Z _by_ Wugga. And he's produced a lot of projects for me. We work a lot of projects together. We got a couple of projects that we did for other artists out there. So y'all check that out. And that's all I got for y'all. So catch y'all on the next time around. And again, like, comment, follow, subscribe.